Hello, welcome to County Edition. I'm Joe Barr, your host, and today we have a show all about student creativity applied to a topic that most of us never think about. We have high school students from around the region here, and they've created public service announcements in a special competition. Now, what's the topic? Well, let's just say it's an underground operation. This is going to be a show filled with bad puns, probably. So stick around. You're going to find out what the topic is and meet the student winners, and we're going to see their work, and that's all ahead on County Edition. We're going to talk about a piece of infrastructure that quietly keeps everything running. It's the sewer system. It's not glamorous, but when something goes wrong, that's the thing that everybody is talking about. And today, we're going to learn about the Sacramento Area Sewer District, which has been turning that hidden reality into something useful. It's a student contest that teaches storytelling, video production, and public communication through public service messaging about the sewer system. So we'll talk with the people behind it. We will get a clear picture of what's happening in the sewer district, and later we're going to meet the student winners and hand out some well-earned awards. And Access Sacramento has been a proud partner with the Sacramento Sewer District in this PSA contest. And we've been doing it for the last 8 years, thanks to a grant. And we call, affectionately, we call you Sac Sewer, and that's okay if we can
Absolutely.
Use that moniker, okay. So joining me are Paige Bedegrew, who is the Public Information Manager for the Sacramento Area Sewer District. And then Brad Clark, Animation and Media Production Teacher at Franklin High School. Welcome to you both.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here. So, let me start out with you, Paige, and just this contest is so interesting, unique in terms of just what you're having the students do. Where did the idea come from 8 years ago?
Yeah, so it's in partnership with Access Sacramento, and it's really just an opportunity for high school students to take advantage of their skills that they're learning through their classes on topics, as you've mentioned, may not be the most commonly used or thought of, but are really critical to the infrastructure here in the Sacramento region. And so for us as the agency here locally that provides the sewage collection, treatment, and resource recovery, it was a great way for us to help convey some of those really critical, important messages while also helping to educate the community.
And what kinds of topics are addressed?
Well, this time around, we've got quite an array. A couple of them focus on some common problems that we see in the sewer system, which we lovingly have deemed the clog squad and the unflushables. Those are things that are typically like fats, oils, and grease in the kitchen that are maybe improperly put down the drain, or in the restroom. We're looking at like flushable wipes, or what we call flushable wipes, floss, other things that may be flushed down the toilet that shouldn't be. Also just some key messages around who Sac Sewer is as an organization, and some of our really large commitments and projects tied to our environmental stewardship.
And it kind of sounds like the humor is sort of built into it, right?
Yes, I mean, we all get that the work that we do sometimes is not the most glamorous, and so when there's an opportunity is we can find puns in some of the work to make it enjoyable and memorable. I think that's the goal.
Yeah. And Brad, for you, so you're the teacher working with the students on this project and this competition. What is the first reaction when they hear they're going to work on a message about the sewer system?
Well, the way I pitch is it's a message about the environment and protecting the environment. And so that's a large number of what these are all kind of related to. And so students, and what's great about this is that students look at the topics and they see how they can fit it into shooting it at their house, usually. So that's what I always encourage them to do, is to go out and see about shooting it at your house. Now, for my animation students, those students can create any world they want. They don't have to go anywhere. They're just staying in our classroom, and they can let their imaginations ride. So works well for us.
Yeah, and You know, you mentioned that you approach it in a way so you're not just saying, well, you're going to make up a PSA about the sewer system. You try and connect it to something larger, the environment.
Yeah.
And so how does that affect the students when they're working on this, the PSA, and they're thinking about this thing that they probably never thought about before, and they're connecting it to something larger? Does that have an impact on them?
Oh yeah, it does. And this, you know, students might not have any awareness that you don't put wipes down the pipes. And so it is building that awareness both within the student that's making the PSA, but also everyone in the class. And we also use these PSAs on our morning bulletin broadcast. We have a daily broadcast. And so it's the whole school that gets the message. And then, of course, the winners get to be shown on Access Sacramento. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And we're going to see the winners a little bit later, which is very exciting. So, Paige, for you and Sac Sewer, you essentially have kind of a cadre of young folks now who can go out and tell people don't flush the wipes, and
Yes.
they're now sort of advocates for Sac Sewer in a way, right?
We call them sewer stewards, and yes, they are absolutely that. And the most, as Brad alluded to, what's great is that the message just doesn't stay with them. It helps continue to other family members, to other members in their community, across an entire school. We also share the PSAs on our social media channels as well, once the winners are announced, of course. But it allows us to also share that message to a broader audience. And PSAs are so great because they're short and consumable and memorable. With the animation and the live action, it really helps create a memorable short clip for people to either just watch without sound or be able to utilize the sound on a reel or sorts. And so it's a really great way to kind of convey that message to a large audience.
And from a strategic standpoint for Sac Sewer, what does this do? Is this, it's helping you get the message out, it's helping you to connect with the community?
Yeah.
What are the reasons behind it?
Absolutely. There's several different ones. One, it's just education about some improper disposal, about key items. Again, some of the other topics focus on our environmental sustainability efforts that we have here at Sac Sewer. So just raising awareness about some of those initiatives. And then also, as our own employer, one of the topics is career paths with Sac Sewer. So really making sure, especially for students, to see that there's a connection to the work that they're doing just beyond the high school element. So either they want to become an engineer or maybe utilize their graphic design services. A lot of those different pieces can be applied at our organization as well.
And Brad, when you are working with a student, and you've had a lot of them who've won awards, so congratulations on that, but what's the process like? These are animated PSAs, also live action. So what's the process you go through with the student to help them shape the PSA?
So for us, what I use this for is to teach students the entire production process. So what's great about this is that it's real world, that they're taking something that is a needed message and they have to figure out, how do I present this in a creative way that engages the audience? And so we go from the beginning and we have them read really carefully. What is the client asking for? They're the client. And then we say, okay, then they go through and they brainstorm different ideas. They come up with one that's going to work. They write their script. And I like them to be the ones that do the voice work on it, the voice, the narration on it. And if they need to, they can cast other voices too. Then they go in and do a storyboard. First thumbnail storyboard, then full finished storyboards, and then go into production. And for our animation students, they create an animatic first. So we're using professional software, Toon Boom Storyboard Pro, and then that marries right into the professional animation software, Toon Boom Harmony. So they're using the real world professional tools to create this.
And you've been teaching media education for a long time. Yeah. How has that changed over the years from when you started in terms of the technology and then also the student engagement in these kinds of things?
Well, the technology always gets better, and so it gets easier in a lot of ways. When I first started, we had old FireWire digital video cameras that were really fussy, and and then now everything is just easier. The quality, we could have 4K cameras, and so the image quality is nicer. And for my animation students, we have full-size graphics tablets that are used in the industry. So they're really drawing on a full-size, looks like a TV screen.
And for these students, is this their first experience with media at this level, creating with these kinds of tools? What kind of experience does it create for them? Is it new, or is this something that's kind of a continuum of what they're already interested in?
My animation students are in a 3-course pathway, and so it's the intermediate students that do this project, and they do it at the beginning of the year. So we come in August, and we work for a half of the year on making a PSA. It is time consuming. For my video students, I use it both for my first and second year students, and and this year it was the beginning students that did well. So you know, they can they're still pretty fresh in learning this. So I offer it just about halfway through the course. So they've got some the basics down at that point.
And for the students that you mentioned, some of them, a lot of them are filming in their homes, in their neighborhoods. What is that like when you basically have having a mini movie production perhaps in somebody's house?
Well, for my beginning video students, I send them out to use the equipment they have. So they shoot these with their cell phones, and the quality of those cell phones is really pretty good now. So you can get away with that, and it looks good. So I want them to use the equipment that they have. For my intermediate students, we've got higher end production cameras for them to use, and then that's a little more involved, yeah.
Have the iPhones always been a part of the production process?
Well, certainly not at the beginning, because we didn't have them when I started 22 years ago at Franklin. So it's something though that as the quality of those cell phone cameras have improved, it was like, yeah, we should be using this as a tool, because it really is used in all kinds of ways that they're used to seeing on YouTube and in social media.
Mm-hmm. And Paige, as you have watched these PSAs come in over the years, what's surprised you in what you've seen?
I think just the creativity that has continued to evolve both in the live action and animated. It's so fun to watch. Phones, special equipment, special tools, programming. We mentioned going out on the streets. It's fun to have the kids take the application of the storytelling component and utilize a manhole. That's a Sac sewer manhole. So they go out and go on their own little scavenger hunts, and they really take the time to dive into the topic and really utilize it. If it's for fats, oils, and grease in the kitchen, they've got the creativity of getting a pan with some grease in it and pretend like they're thankfully not pouring it down the drain. It really just kind of helps make that connection, and the creativity has just evolved over the years. On the animation side, the programming that they now use, Brad was sharing, it has just allowed the kids to have such creative aspects, whether it's the colors or the sharp lines or just the intentional artistic elements throughout each of these different PSAs. It's really cool to see.
Was this beyond what you were expecting when you started it?
The first year when I started at Sac Sewer and I had the opportunity to kind of jump into this project, I had no idea what I was coming into, and was totally floored by just the skill and capability that these students bring into this competition and the creation for these, and really just love being able to help showcase their voice on our channels as well. And it's been a really great opportunity just to see through the years, as again tools have evolved over time, how this program continues to evolve as well.
And Brad, what have you found in working with the students over the years on this project? What does it do for their confidence? What does it do for maybe helping them find a path to a career?
Well, it is, I think, having to go through the entire production process allows them to understand how you actually make media. And it's a much more involved process at the professional level. So they're really understanding what it takes to make something that's a polished video project. And so I think that's valuable. They'll know if it's something that they go, I really like this. And there's always those students that go, yeah, this is something I've got a passion for. And then others who realize, oh, this is harder than I thought it was. Maybe I should look for something else.
Yeah. And so obviously social media now plays a huge role in everything media. And so are you seeing that some of these videos are becoming viral? Are they being put out on the students' social networks? And are you seeing anything like that?
From the Sac Sewer side, I can speak to that. In terms of engagement with the posts, I think a lot of people really resonate with the messaging. Again, they're taking complex items and really translating it into something consumable, and that's what our audience enjoys as well. So lots of great views there. And then I'm not sure, Brad, if you can speak to the kids' social channels as well, but I'm sure they have their activity.
Yeah, they do, and I don't know exactly how things are going on their personal channels, but I know we have our Franklin Filmmakers YouTube channel, and I know that because I've been contacted by teachers from across the country who ask for ideas and say, well, can I get that lesson plan from you? And so I know that people all across the country are looking at them and getting inspired by them.
Brad, what kinds of careers do you see for students who are going through this kind of program or learning these kinds of skills? Where do they go?
Well, in terms of our video students, we've had, they've entered all level of the industry. So we've had students working for the Sacramento Kings for their video department, working for local TV stations, and then moving down to LA and working on television and feature films. So yeah, we've had the whole range.
So that's a lot of successes coming out of this, and places, careers perhaps that maybe wouldn't have happened otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Paige, how does that make you feel that people wouldn't necessarily associate Sac Sewer with something like that and helping students find their way in life and learn new skills? It's kind of an interesting connection.
Absolutely. I think for me personally, it's humbling just to be able to see an opportunity for a kid to make a connection to a passion that they have, whether it's here locally or somewhere else throughout the United States or maybe elsewhere as well. I think that them being able to apply something that they're passionate about is a great opportunity, and we get the benefit of being able to help share our message through a different lens, and just really appreciate that opportunity.
Well, this has been a great conversation, and before we wrap this up, we do have to acknowledge something. And Brad, you're retiring after almost 30 years of teaching, an amazing career, and it sounds like a huge impact, and congratulations. So we would like to present this to you from all of us at Access Sacramento. Thank you for working with us on this competition.
Very nice. Thank you. Appreciate
and
that.
Thank you for joining us, and thank you, Paige.
Yes.
So coming up, we are going to come back. We'll be talking with Paige a little bit more about Sac Sewer, all the things they're doing. And again, these are things you might not know about, but they're really interesting and important for the community. So we're going to have a conversation about that. And then, of course, later, we're going to be handing out some awards, and we hope you'll stick around for that.
There. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
I finally found.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Got a new house. It's looking pretty cool so far.
A place that I call home.
I'm teaching Louise how to cook some lasagna.
It only takes a spark to make a fire start.
The Dutch. Thank you.
Study, please.
I think I finally found a place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
Hello, welcome back to County Edition. I'm Joe Barr, and we're going to talk all things Sac Sewer right now. We're joined again by Paige Bedegrew, the Public Information Manager for Sac Sewer. and welcome back again.
Thank you.
So let's dive right into it. And one thing I just learned from your website was there are 5,000 miles of sewer pipes
Yes.
running under the county.
Yes.
That's kind of mind-boggling.
It really is, and we always have to kind of, or at least for myself, because the distance thing always tricks me up a little bit, but it's technically the same distance if you were to drive to Nashville and back in terms of mileage, just to put that in perspective. So it's in terms of that, we are the second largest sewage collection utility in California, and those miles of pipe kind of help attribute that.
And you're responsible for all of those pipes, maintaining them, something goes wrong.
Yeah, so from where we stand essentially at a property line, the clean out is typically a place in the person's front yard or the property's front yard, and it's from that point into the street and all the way down to the Echo Water facility near Elk Grove that we maintain.
So in terms of Sac Sewer, most people, as we've talked about, don't really think about the sewer system.
Yeah.
They just throw things down the drain and flush their toilets, and it's gone, and never have to think about it.
Yeah.
So I don't know, just give us kind of an overview
Sure.
of what you do.
Yeah, so I think I've mentioned, but we are the region's sewage collection, treatment, and resource recovery utility. We provide service to just about 1.6 million people throughout unincorporated Sacramento County, cities of Citrus Heights, Elk Grove, Rancho Cordova, Folsom, West Sacramento, and Sacramento. And then the service really depends varying on where you live. So some people are collection and treatment, some people are just treatment.
And one of the things that you've mentioned is that people should make sure to call Sac Sewer first if something goes wrong. And like for instance, at our house, we had a situation where our plumbing got all plugged up and nothing was working. We didn't think to call Sac Sewer, so we called a plumber to come over.
Yeah.
So tell us why we should call Sac Sewer first.
Yeah, so for our collection customers, it's a really important first step. We are a 24/7 operation, so middle of the night on Thanksgiving Day or Christmas Eve, anytime, if you're experiencing a sewer problem, we do recommend that our customers call us first, because as part of their monthly rates, that is a service that we provide at no additional cost. So we'll come out, take a look at the issue, figure out where it is, if it's on Sac Sewer's side on the responsibility, or if it is the homeowner or the property's owner's side. We'll help you figure out what those next steps are. If it is on our side, then we'll resolve the issue at no additional cost. If it's something on the personal side or the property owner's side, then we'll help you figure out where to go next.
And is that something where your folks would work with, say there's a plumber or somebody who's working on our property, but to just kind of figure out the whole situation?
Yeah, I think it would really just kind of depend on the situation. So the crews would come out, take a look at our side of the line in terms of what's going on there. If there's no issues, then the instructions would be for you to probably contact a local plumber to help figure out what that looks like. And you'll obviously have the information that we provided at the time to help provide to the customer, or to the plumber as well.
Yeah. There's a huge environmental part of what you do, obviously. Yeah. So tell us about your approach to keeping the environment clean, your environmental stewardship. How do you approach that?
Yeah, so at Sac Sewer we have 4 core organizational values, and environmental stewardship is one of those. And through a lot of our projects and initiatives, we work to realize that. Some of the big initiatives are working on solar, biogas, biogeneration. Recycled water is another one. And so we're really working to take the most that we have in terms of the resources that come through our collection system to the Echo Water facility, and recover resources from those in the ways that we can. So there's a lot of different initiatives. Harvest Water is one of our largest ones right now. That is kind of realizing that environmental stewardship commitment.
And so Harvest Water is a water recycling project for agriculture and habitats.
Yes. Yes.
Tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, so Harvest Water is California's largest agricultural water recycling program, and what it does allow is it's non-potable, so in terms of irrigation for ag use or habitat restoration. And so right now it's under construction. It should be complete in 2027, and that will help deliver recycled water to different uses throughout the southern Sacramento County.
And is that in response to California's drought situation? This is water that previously wasn't usable for anything, but now can go to agriculture?
Yeah, so as part of the Echo Water project, we were able to upgrade our treatment facility to be a tertiary treatment facility. And what that allows us to do is to treat the sewage to a capacity that allows us to use that for other uses, that being the recycled water use.
So ultimately, when it's going to be a few years before completion?
Yeah,
correct?
2027.
Yeah, okay. And then otherwise, so I mean, you're serving how many millions?
1.6
It says
million,
1.6 million people with those 5,000 miles of sewer pipes running underneath the ground. And again, as we've said, this is the hidden infrastructure. So then obviously you're working through the PSA contest and in other ways to connect with the community.
Yeah, we have a really large presence in the community. Again, it's a really important aspect of what we do. And so whether it's through community outreach events, public tours at the Echo Water facility, visits to our bufferlands, which is a kind of a 2,100 acre buffer between our Echo Water facility and the surrounding community. There's a lot of different ways that we engage with our customers and the communities in those aspects.
Why is that important? Somebody might say it's the sewer system and they should just focus on making sure it works. And I mean, why is that important to Sac Sewer to be connected and be visible in the community?
Yeah, I think one, it absolutely is our job to make sure that the sewage stays in the sewer system. But the second part of that is really ensuring that customers know who we are and what to do if they're experiencing a sewer problem. So that prevents sewage overflows or issues in the sewer system. So by ensuring that we have a presence in the community to communicate those key issues about proper disposal of fats, oils, and grease or wipes, that helps them become, as I mentioned before, sewer stewards on their own accord to help properly dispose of those items to keep the pipes healthy. For fats, oils, and grease, as those items get improperly poured down the drain, think of it like a clogged artery. The more and more that you pour down there, the more and more constricted the pipe gets. And the more constricted, the harder the flow is, and the flow has to go somewhere. So the clean pipes help keep the sewer system operating in the optimal condition. And so our intention with a lot of this engagement is to really ensure that people know who we are and what we do.
And just those things that you mentioned, would you say most people don't know not to pour grease down the drain? And how much do people know generally about these kinds of things?
Well, I would like to say that everybody knows that that's not a practice that they should be doing, but I will say it's a great reminder for residents in Sacramento County and the area that we serve to ensure that they're not putting improper things down the drain. With the passage of the organics waste, there's some new nuances that apply to that too. So where you put different items does matter. Fats, oils, and grease to the garbage can, food scraps to the organics waste can. So it's just really a matter of reminding people so that they can continue to operate in the right way.
So you have this platform. What are some other things that you wish people knew about Sac Sewer, about the sewer system? They should just be aware of?
Well, I think the biggest piece is that as a Sac Sewer customer, we're available 24/7, and that if they are experiencing a sewer problem like a slow drain or a backup, to call us first, and we'll come out to help figure out what those next steps are. I think a lot of people automatically think, oh, I should call a plumber, but as a Sac Sewer customer, that's a service that we provide. So that's a really big one. I would also say if people are interested in careers, we offer a large variety of careers. Communications is myself, engineers, we have wastewater treatment plant operators, we have crews out in the field, we have IT, we have all sorts of different positions throughout our organization. So if anyone is looking for a long-term career, we have a lot of different options there.
And one of the things that you do, which is kind of interesting, and I don't know if this is common for sewer districts, but you have a grant program, the Confluence Partnership Program. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so this project specifically was funded through the Confluence Regional Partnership Program. And what that allows us to do is provide or utilize non-rate, non-fee revenues from Sac Sewer to grant different projects, programs, initiatives that really better the Sacramento region. And so this being one of those items that I actually have the opportunity to oversee and facilitate, and just really appreciative that we were able to partner on this.
And what kinds of grants?
It really depends. There's a lot. There's on our website, there's quite a variety of that list. There's some related to septic to sewer. There's some related to watershed management. Public education is the category that I oversee. We also offer rate assistance. So there's a lot of different pieces that residents here locally can look into.
And is what you're doing here unique among sewer districts just around California or the country? It would seem like some of it is.
I couldn't speak to the Confluence grant specifically, but I would say that across the United States, I will say that the fats, oils, and grease and the improper disposal of those items is a big drum that everybody beats in our industry, and it's a really important one. And so I would say that some of those topics are pretty atypical for all of us to kind of share with our customers.
Yeah, yeah. And the last thing was I had seen that it was a few months ago, Sac Sewer had a change where you were under Sacramento County management, and you're not now.
Yes.
So why did that happen, and what does it mean?
Yeah, so we are our own employer now, and what that allows us to do is gain a lot of efficiencies there. We can really make the best decisions for our organization, but best serve and continue to serve our customers in the most efficient and impactful way possible. What that also allows us to do is employ our own workforce. As I mentioned, we have a variety of careers that often, again, the sewer system is not something people most think about, but there are jobs and career paths in there that most probably don't even consider that. I might be biased, but I love it, and it's certainly a great career path.
Well, Paige Bedegrew, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes,
Great
thank you.
conversation, and thank you for supporting this contest and working with Access Sacramento.
Thank you.
So coming up, we're going to take a quick break, but the big moment will arrive. We're going to be handing out awards, and we're going to be seeing some fantastic student creativity. So stay tuned.
During high school, I hung with the wrong crowd and I never graduated.
I helped Santiago in many different ways, like all fathers do, because he always wanted to go to college.
I felt a little embarrassed to come back to school, but eventually once I came here, I knew that it's for a bigger goal.
He was very dedicated, hardworking. He connected with his teachers. He connected with other students. That was one of the key reasons why he was able to keep forging ahead.
It was amazing to see him graduate. This was one thing that meant so much to him, and of course, it meant so much to us too.
With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed. That support is everything.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back to our high school PSA competition. My name is JD Williams, and I'm going to be your co-host for the evening with Paige, where we watch some PSAs and give out some awards. First up is our third place winner in the PSA animation category, Christian Horwath with Helpful Harvest. Let's take a look.
Beautiful crops.
Yeah,
Enhance to
know
you.
why? Well, Sac Sewer's harvest water is making it their goal to raise natural groundwater. Harvest Water is building pipelines from the Echo Water Resource Recovery Facility all throughout Sacramento. This will supply about 16 billion gallons of water to directly irrigate over 16,000 acres of land, meanwhile creating a drought-resistant environment for multiple different species, including the sandhill cranes and Swanson's hawk. Learn more at sacsewer.com.
So Christian, congratulations on being one of the winners. What was your inspiration for your PSA?
I'd say a lot of the inspiration comes from actually Pokemon. From when I was younger, I remember watching the animated series, and you could definitely see it in the character that I made.
Yeah, definitely. Was it hard coming up with this idea?
Not really. I just searched up what plant grows in Sacramento farms and just like, hey, that's something that I could do, and created a character off of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Is animation something that you want to like pursue further?
Maybe something on the side that I would do, but maybe not for like a main path. It's definitely something that I want to continue working on, though.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Christian, with this PSA, what made you choose this topic over like another topic?
It seemed nice. I honestly wanted to avoid maybe something to do with like pills or wipes or just other things, so it seemed simple and something that I was kind of interested in.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations again. Here's your award.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And up next, we have our second place winner for the PSA animation category, Sofia Herrera Ponce with Don't Flush 'Em. Let's take a look.
This poor fish has been exposed to chemicals created by flushing medications either down the toilet or sink. This could have been easily prevented by disposing of the medication properly. Here are a few ways to do that. Look up local disposal locations near you. Check for take-back events happening near your home. Nearby household hazardous waste facilities can also offer their help. And even your local pharmacy can take old or expired medications off your hands. Just whatever you do, don't flush your meds. Learn more at sacsewer.com.
So Paige, Sophia, congratulations on your PSA. How did you think about this idea?
Well, I wanted to have people look at the impacts of flushing your pills and not just thinking about the idea of flushing them down.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you really wanted to like highlight the environmental impact.
Yeah, because most people think that by flushing your medication, it just goes straight to the sewer, which it doesn't, because when it gets cleaned, the chemicals don't come out and they go into the water that the fishes are in.
Yeah, that's so true. Was it hard coming up with this script?
A little. I had to figure out a way to incorporate everything in, and it was really hard because there was a lot of information that I really wanted to convey to the audience, like all the places that you could go, and also I had to figure out how to draw the locations, which vary a lot. So I had to figure out a medium that could be easily detected by everyone.
Yeah, and what did you decide on? Or besides animation, of course.
Decide on? Well, for example, for the bin, for the medication disposal, I had to look up a lot of references and then see which was the most common. So I chose a nice, simple blue box.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I just had one question. In terms of the topic that you chose, did you know about the proper disposal methods before, or was that something you learned from the PSA contest?
Oh yeah, I definitely learned that through the contest. I actually didn't know that people flush their meds. I just assumed they just threw it away like normal.
Yeah, I think that's a common misconception, but I'm glad that you were able to showcase the bins so perfectly, because that really relays the most important piece, which is the proper disposal.
Oh, yeah. Well, congratulations again, Sophia. Here's your award.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Thank you. And next up, we have our first place winner for the animation category, Toby Howell. Let's take a look.
Wait! Don't flush me!
Why not?
Wipes, such as disposable disinfectant wipes, baby wipes, and quote-unquote flushable wipes, cause many problems for sewers.
What? Why?
They don't break down once they're flushed. Instead, wipes clog pipes and cause damage. This results in higher operational costs, which are paid for by customer sewers rates. So please, don't flush wipes. Instead, you should put them in the trash.
Wow, I didn't know that. Thank you so much, Wipey.
Learn more at sacsewer.com.
Congratulations, Toby. How
Thank
did it
you.
feel to know that you won this animation contest?
Oh gosh, it was surreal. I didn't really see it coming, but it was really nice, and it was just a really nice surprise.
Yeah, absolutely. Is animation something that you want to pursue further?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Is this your first animation project? Have you done a few of these?
I did a little bit of animation, and when I first took introduction animation at our high school, but this was kind of my first time sitting down and like writing a script and storyboarding and like fully animating something that was like my own idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Was it hard thinking of an idea for this contest?
Not really.
Really?
I really wanted to do this one. My dad is a plumber, and so he comes home frequently and talks about how the proper disposal of wipes is really important, and how much damage it can cause.
Gotcha. So you kind of knew the ins and outs a little bit before you created
bit,
this. Gotcha. Yeah, absolutely. And so with this contest, do you think that in the future animation is something that you want to pursue?
Yes, I do.
Yeah? Awesome. That's so cool.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations again, Toby.
Thank you.
And next up, or give the award. Sorry about that. So you've just seen the winners for our animation category for the PSA contest, and next up we have our live action PSAs.
Oh, what's this? Expired meds? I guess they're going down the toilet. Stop. Don't be like that guy. He doesn't know what he's doing. Flushing unused or expired medications down a sink or toilet can pollute the environment. I'll teach you how to properly get rid of them. To properly dispose of expired meds, check for disposal areas and take back events online. Look for pharmacies around you as well as nearby hazardous waste facilities. Learn more at sacsewer.com.
So Zai Ping, how did you come up with this idea for your PSA?
I actually stumbled across the video where it talked about like the harms of like medications has on the environment, and I've always been like a environmental guy. Like I like the beauty environment like flowers and stuff. So I decided to like make this PSA to like raise awareness for people and to like maybe like protect the environment in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. And did you film and edit this yourself?
Yeah, all of it was done by myself, yes.
Wow, nice. And what programs and camera did you use?
For camera, I mainly just use my phone, and for the editing program, I use Adobe Premiere.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, absolutely. Is filmmaking something that you want to pursue in the future?
Maybe, but I think I would rather pursue it as like a hobby when I have my free time.
Absolutely, yeah. And have you filmed and edited projects before?
I have actually edited many projects before.
Oh, nice. Like just for fun or for class?
For both, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
And then I just had a follow-up question. I'm so curious in terms of the topic, did you know about the proper disposal beforehand, or was that learned through?
I had a slight idea of it, but I don't think like the entire like process, like all the different methods to like and like facilities to go to, I learned like in the process.
Great.
I think it was really interesting.
Yeah, and then I loved in your transitions how there was one where it kind of came in on the back of your head, and then it transitioned to you doing something else. What made you kind of decide to do some of those?
That one was kind of like I saw like a transition like on a YouTube video where it's like from it pans like from a tree from one scene to the other scene.
Okay.
So like instead of a tree, maybe I could do like the back of my head, my hair. Yeah.
It was really creative. We really enjoyed watching it.
Thank you.
Yes. Congratulations.
Yeah, your PSA was so cool. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
So here's your award.
Yep, congratulations.
And next up, we have our second place winner, Ava Bowling with Harvest Water Boosting Sustainability for Sacramento County. Let's take a look.
Harvest Water is California's largest agricultural water recycling project. It will provide roughly 16 billion gallons of drought-resistant recycled water each year. Harvest Water will promote natural groundwater recovery, boost sustainable agriculture, and strengthen existing local habitats. Learn more at sacharvestwater.org.
So Ava, I loved all of the beautiful nature that you had in your video. Did you film all of this yourself?
Yes, most of it is actually in my garden at home, but also we live near the American River, so we went over there and filmed.
Oh, that must be so nice. Yeah. Did you film using your phone, or did you have cameras and stuff?
I used my camera. I have an R50V, so I used that for the majority of the filming.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you find it hard coming up with an idea for this contest?
Not particularly. I like filming our garden stuff,
So I just thought it'd be interesting to do for this.
Yeah, absolutely. And did you edit it yourself as well?
Yes, I did.
Nice. Is filmmaking something that you want to pursue in the future?
Maybe. It's always an option, but there are other routes too.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
And was this your first time producing for this contest?
Yes, for this contest.
Okay, very cool, very cool. And then I know you picked the topic harvest water, but did you know much about the program itself?
Well, not really. I just saw it as one of the options, and I was like, this sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool, very cool. Well, congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. Here's your award. And next up, we have our first place winner for the PSA live action category, Rocky Ranklin and Ju Zhang with Royal Flush. Let's take a look.
Sorry boys, this has been fun, but unfortunately for you, I gotta go take a royal flush.
Hold it, Donnie. You know that flushable wipes ain't actually flushable.
What are you talking about?
They get stuck in the sewer system. They cause leaks and overflows in the pipes. They don't break down as easily as regular toilet paper. You just gotta remember. Trash the wipes, not the pipes.
Now I know better.
Learn more at sacsewer.com.
So Rocky and Ju, congratulations on being the first place winners for the live action category. This is so cool.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, how are you guys feeling?
Pretty hyped. This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, never been up here for something like this, so it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you guys work together a lot?
Yes, we are in our digital media academy together, and we work on the same projects.
Yeah, and me and him end up on a lot of projects together. We've done a lot of other things for our school broadcast. We end up making a lot of skits together, and our first project together was also something that we worked on.
Oh, that's awesome. Was it another film project?
Yeah, something about allergy season, I think.
Yes, I remember very well. Yes.
That's awesome. So how did you guys come up with this idea?
Okay, that was a very long process for me. It was kind of me who came up with the initial idea, and Ju helped out a lot with the production of it. For Royal Flush, I originally thought of a royal scenario, kind of like a king.
Yeah, sure.
Stuff like that. But I realized I didn't have the props or the equipment for it, and so I had to think of something else really fast, because it was the day of shooting that I realized I didn't have this equipment because I was kind of unprepared. And then
so with the original idea of a king, I was supposed to provide a crown. The thing is, it broke a couple of days before our actual production days, and then we're dang. And then his dad was like, "Oh, run to Burger King and grab the plastic crowns." But we weren't sure if we were allowed to have that sort of brand on our thing, so we changed the idea really quickly, on the spot. And luckily, Rocky was really quick on his feet, grabbed a couple different costumes, and we just started shooting, and it turned out how it is today.
That's so awesome. That's really quick thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, it worked perfectly. I was already thinking about doing the whole poker thing, but we just did it with normal people and not royalty, not a king. Yeah. So it's basically the same idea, but simplified.
Yeah. Do you guys want to go into filmmaking and media production in the future?
How about you go first?
Yeah, I do. I do plan to go into probably not so much cinematic stuff, but at the very least, I love working with cameras. Even though I was in front of the camera this time, typically I'm the one behind the camera. I love messing with settings, different camera types, the different camera brands. It's a whole new thing that's been introduced to me since I started working in the media academy during high school. So yeah, I definitely see myself working in this sort of environment in the future.
That's really cool.
That's awesome. Me personally, this is the exact moment where I'm having my senior year crisis, where I'm trying to decide what college I'm going to, and one specifically is about film production. I got accepted to San Diego State for film production, but
congratulations. That's
thank
amazing.
you very much. But I also got accepted to UC Davis for something completely different. So I'm trying to decide between the two. I haven't decided yet, and it's running a little long. So.
Well, congratulations again, to both of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just curious, how many takes did it take for you guys to get that without smiling? Because it was highly entertaining to watch.
The original film hours were about I think we planned to film for only about an hour, and then I ended up staying at your house for an extra 2-3 hours. Yeah. And my dad was really worried about how long I was staying there. So.
Well, it turned out great. We thoroughly enjoyed it, and all of the judges really had a great time seeing the message conveyed. Was that something you guys knew in advance in terms of not flushing wipes?
Can you explain more about what that question
So in terms of flushing wipes down the toilet, did you know in advance that you should not flush wipes down the toilet?
I actually done a PSA for Sac Sewer a few years ago.
Oh, wonderful.
It was an animation category. So yes, I did know this information. I wanted to do the flushable wipes category specifically because we had a giant box of flushable wipes.
The resource was there.
It was there, and we
Inspiring.
weren't doing anything else with it, so
Perfect.
just might as well.
Yeah, well, it came out great, and congratulations to you guys. That was a wonderful PSA.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations to both of you.
Let's see here. We've got this for Rocky.
Thank you.
And Jude.
So now that you've seen our amazing PSAs, I'd like to introduce you to our Executive Director, Joe Barr, who has some super exciting news that he wants to share for the near future of Access Sacramento.
Thank you for setting up the drama of what I'm supposed to say. But first thing, I just want to mention thanks to you both. And also, this was just wonderful to see the creativity and the passion that these young people are bringing. And who knows what they're going to end up doing in the future, right? Could be anything.
The sky's the limit.
Yeah. Well, I just want to mention a few things to everybody coming up for Access Sacramento. We hope that you will join us for a day in the park, Earth Day in the park, on Sunday, April 26th from 11 to 4 at Southside Park in Sacramento. We're going to be there with about 100 other exhibitors. We're all going to be hopefully in wonderful weather and there to support the environment and environmental causes. So come out and say hi. Something really big coming up, this is one of our big events, is our cast and crew call. On May 6th from 6 to 8 p.m. If you've ever wanted to work on a movie, this is your chance. We have we're looking for volunteers to help create films for winners of our place called Sacramento Film Script Competition. And there are roles in front and behind of the camera. So that's May 6th at the Coloma Center in Sacramento. We hope you will join us. And then what comes after that, the films are produced. Then we have a place called Sacramento Film Festival. So save the date for this. It's going to be October 16th, 6 p.m. at the Crest Theater. This is literally the Oscars for Sacramento. So please show up. It's going to be a fun night, and it will honor all the wonderful filmmakers that we have in our own backyard. So save the date for that on October 16th. There's more information on our website, accesssacramento.org. So go there. You'll find all these things. And of course, become a member. Register for a class. Become a part of the Access Sacramento community. So thank you to everybody and have a good night.
Dan.
Beautiful crops. Yeah? Don't want to know why? Huh? Sac Sewer's Harvest Water is making it their goal to raise natural groundwater. Harvest Water is building pipelines from the Echo Water Resource Recovery Facility all throughout Sacramento. This will supply about 16 billion gallons of water to directly irrigate over 16,000 acres of land, meanwhile creating a drought-resistant environment for multiple different species, including the sandhill cranes and Swanson's hawk. Learn more at sacsewer.com.
This poor fish has been exposed to chemicals created by flushing medications either down the toilet or sink. This could have been easily prevented by disposing of the medication. This poor fish has been exposed to chemicals created by flushing medications either down the toilet or sink. This could have been easily prevented by disposing of the medication properly. Here are a few ways to do that. Look up local disposal locations near you. Check for take-back events happening near your home. Nearby household hazardous waste facilities can also offer their help. And even your local pharmacy can take old or expired medications off your hands. Just whatever you do, don't flush your meds. Learn more at sacsewer.com.
Wait! Don't flush me!
Why not?
Wipes, such as disposable disinfectant wipes, baby wipes, and quote-unquote flushable wipes, cause many problems for sewers.
What? Why?
They don't break down once they're flushed. Instead, wipes clog pipes and cause damage. This results in higher operational costs, which are paid for by customer sewers rates. So please, don't flush wipes. Instead, you should put them in the trash.
Wow, I didn't know that. Thank you so much, Wipey.
Learn more at sacsewer.com.
Oh, what's this? Expired meds? I guess they're going down the toilet. Stop. Don't be like that guy. He doesn't know what he's doing. Flushing unused or expired medications down a sink or toilet can pollute the environment. I'll teach you how to properly get rid of them. To properly dispose of expired meds, check for disposal areas and take back events online. Look for pharmacies around you as well as nearby hazardous waste facilities. Learn more at sacsewer.com.
Harvest Water is California's largest agricultural water recycling project. It will provide roughly 16 billion gallons of drought-resistant recycled water each year. Harvest Water will promote natural groundwater recovery, boost sustainable agriculture, and strengthen existing local habitats. Learn more at sacharvestwater.org.
Sorry boys, this has been fun, but unfortunately for you, I gotta go take a royal flush.
Hold it, Tony. You know that flushable wipes ain't actually flushable.
What are you talking about?
They get stuck in the sewer system. They cause leaks and overflows in the pipes. They don't break down as easily as regular toilet paper. You just gotta remember. Trash the wipes, not the pipes.
Now I know better.
Learn more at sacsewer.com.